Hello?
Hola, hola. Hello. How's it going?
Oh, hey man. Sorry about that. So,
No worries.
yeah, my children are
Um,
sleeping, so I was trying to connect via the phone, and it's kind of weird because I had to log in, then I could not log in, and yeah,
yeah,
sorry
it's a
about that,
bit.
mate.
No, don't worry. I wonder if we should do any planning. Is there anything that we have to go through, or do we have clear
Uh,
what we need to work on?
Not much. I think not a lot of planning. We left
Mhm.
things like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah, I'm not sure if there is anything we have to do.
Yeah, I would say
Maybe
we
we
can.
should
Mhm.
maybe we should move the planning in 2 days, which
Yeah,
I guess
let's
everybody
do
will
that.
be. I,
Yeah, yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. All right, then.
we can do an update, maybe.
Of what you've been working on.
Yeah, if you want,
Okay, cool. Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
that's
can.
perfect because I have been on holidays basically. Yeah.
So it's been mainly Hadron work.
Mhm.
I'm not even sure if I have done anything else on A&M core or something like that. So basically, making sure that FIPS work, uh,
Nice.
which was actually very easy, I would say. So it's mainly
Nice.
building an OpenSSL um, a specific version
Mhm.
because not all the version of OpenSSL are FIPS
Tips.
validated
Right.
or FIPS. I don't know how is the process
Compliant
called.
or whatever. Yeah.
Compliant, yeah, yeah. So having two separate targets, one for FIPS, one for non-FIPS, and then making sure the configuration of FIPS. This is very important because when you build OpenSSL FIPS, you also need like there is like two different profiles, like a base one
Mhm.
and then a FIPS one. And
Okay.
if you don't configure it correctly, it can just default to the base one, which is non-FIPS compliant. So you
Mhm.
have to make sure to in the configuration set it so it always uses FIPS. Anything
Yeah.
calling OpenSSL or using OpenSSL leaves, it will use the FIPS engine. Um,
Makes sense.
and that was it basically. Then you just
And the
uh,
ARM. You were working on ARM, I see.
oh yeah, indeed. That's still not merged, but I've been working on doing ARM, which also has
Nice.
been kind of easy. The most issues, yeah, I expected a lot of problems in there, but no, it was just BusyBox.
Ah,
So
yeah. That was
BusyBox
the
has
big.
some, yeah, that was my
That's
main blocker. I've been
strange.
working, yeah. So it has a lot of options to configure BusyBox, and some of them uh, are x86 only.
Ah,
Like,
yeah.
for example, SHA-1 hardware acceleration is not
Oh.
available on ARM64. And
Okay.
there is not a lot of docs around that, so it was mostly trial and error.
Ah, yeah.
But yeah, it got built, and I could just run it under QEMU ARM with no issues. Mm.
Nice.
And I could even test the UKI part because the
Nice.
latest QEMU versions now support adding a TPM and FEI to ARM64, and it works as expected.
Ah,
So I
nice.
was able to test enrolling keys and everything, which probably doesn't work on like proper ARM hardware
Right,
because
because
I'm not
there's
sure
no
if
TPM. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but when there is one, it should work as expected. So that's good.
It's an interesting one, yeah. And
Uh,
how much work do you think it's gonna be to do? Sorry for asking Raspberry Pi, NVIDIA, and stuff like that, because I guess that's the bigger chunk of the
yeah.
work. I don't know.
So potentially, and Raspberry Pi should be just. I think the mainline kernel already has all the patches in there, and because it's
Nice.
AuroraBoot, the one that has all the DVTs and the
Yeah.
U-boot and everything, it should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we may
Okay.
need to enable some stuff in the kernel to support
Hmm.
RPI, but it should be possible as soon as the ARM is merged. NVIDIA, I have no idea.
Right.
I will need to check with Ettore on that and have him test that.
Yeah. Makes sense. And one question that I had with the new setup we have um, is I feel that there are certain parts of the building of Hadron that are a
Yeah.
little bit different than the flow from all the other flavors. As in, let's say that I want Ubuntu FIPS. The
Hmm.
FIPS logic is in Kairos Init, right?
Yeah, it
That's
is.
the one that knows how to do it. But in this case, it's on Hadron, right?
Yeah. So we will need another flavor of Hadron, like we have with
Hmm.
Trusted,
Hmm.
for FIPS.
And do.
Because
Hmm.
in other flavors, indeed, you install the FIPS packages during
Hmm.
build, during Kairos Init build, but on Hadron we can't. So the image has to be already with all the bits and pieces of FIPS.
And is there no way to do it the other way around? I'm just thinking long term how the process will work. Like if this is a temporary step or if this is how it's going to be always.
Um, well, we could just ship FIPS stuff always, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then make Hadron drop the configuration to either force OpenSSL to use the FIPS engine or not.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm not sure of the implications of that, if FIPS is just slower or it's less compatible or whatnot. So we will
Yeah.
need to investigate that. But yeah, it should be possible to just ship an OpenSSL and derive packages built on that that are FIPS enabled, but not
Hmm.
enable FIPS for OpenSSL and just have the same image.
And could we like I haven't digged enough to know if this is a very stupid question, but um, could the same happen to trusted boot? Like, could we build the packages, have them ready somewhere, um, and then just say, "Oh, okay, now I want that package, which is for trusted boot, or the one that is for BIOS," instead of having two different images to start with? I'm just trying to I'm thinking of the documentation because that's
Mm-hmm.
a big one that I will be working on this year. And having a different flow for Hadron will make it that explaining that, oh no, but if you're in any of the other flavors is different, a little bit
Yeah.
unfriendly, we could say. So hopefully we can have always the same flow, but obviously if it's just a matter of time and we can get there in a year time or whatever, that's totally okay. Or if it's really like problematic to try to achieve that.
No, indeed, that is a very good question, and it should be possible. So we could just be, it would mean more work on the init side,
Yeah,
but we could do like the Hadron image could be the previous image without group or system D,
yeah,
and then
exactly.
push those layers separately. And yeah, during build, we could just say, okay, this is a trusted one, so just drop this layer and yeah, copy from trusted into image,
Hmm. Hmm.
and yeah, and do it
That
like
would be
that. Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
cool, I think.
that's the advantage of the layers of Docker and so on, that we could easily do that. Have a base Hadron image and then deploy the proper layer during init build. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Would
It's just a matter
that,
of time. Yeah, you are correct
yeah,
on that. It's just a matter of developing this more. Once it's stable, we have ARM, we have FIPS, we can then say, okay, this is our path forward. Let's do it with layers, or maybe not. Let's do it like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, it's really cool. I think the whole idea that containers were meant to run on top of the OS, but now the way we're building the OS is through containers. It's just amazing. Yeah, that's cool. Okay,
No, so
okay.
I think that is a really good idea, but it just needs to probably stabilize a bit more,
Yeah,
uh, as we are still touching here and there, and we could do the same with the kernel as well,
yeah, that
right?
would be
We could
really
have
nice, I think. And do you think
those two
that
layers. Yeah.
the Kairos init would need to also know how to build from scratch, or would it always
Hmm.
leverage that on a pre-processing that does all the building of packages, if you know what I mean? Like, how would it look if I want to be building from scratch my own Hadron version because of XYZ?
I think that is a bit too much maybe for
Yeah.
init. Like deploying the layers, it's okay, and we could do that in the install phase. Like instead of
Hmm.
having a package manager, or package manager is just Docker, right? Docker
Hmm.
layers. Having it built, it will be just too much, I think, out of what init does. I think
Hmm.
building on Hadron is the proper way.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, because I'm also thinking a little bit. Um, so at some point, if you choose to go the Hadron path, you might have this. Let's think of it like the web UI version of it. And you might
Yeah.
say, oh, but I need to install these other three system extensions and all of that. And how feasible it is going to be that either we provide this, or it doesn't even have to be the Kairos team. Let's say that this is a company E Corp, right? And they want to
Mhm.
allow their developers to build Hadron and to add system extensions. How easy it is going to be to have a web UI running and letting them, just click. Oh, select this particular system extension, and all of a sudden I have my finalized Hadron that I can use within our infrastructure that is authorized and all of that. Because my guess is that this kind of thing, for what I was talking on last KubeCon, I think there are a couple of companies, especially in highly regulated environments, that would be interested in something
Mhm.
like this. I don't know if the web UI itself, maybe it's on the pipeline version, like the factory action or something like that.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think there will be interest on it.
Yeah, so I'm not sure about that, because the good and bad things of
Hmm.
of having the 6 extensions is that you can either deploy them during build, so
Hmm.
they are part of the core image, or you can deploy them during runtime, right?
Hmm.
Uh, I think the main idea here is just to deploy them during runtime, because they are more dynamic and you can upgrade, downgrade, and so on. So you don't have
True.
to fight with immutable things in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah, but
mean, we
that
already
makes
have
sense.
the API on the agent to download, install, enable, and so on. So having a web UI during runtime, or even an API to do that, should be pretty easy. During build time, I guess we could piggyback on init having extensible stages and having Git in there as well. So
Hmm.
nothing prevents you to do it during build time as well.
Right, right. So yeah,
But
that
again,
makes a lot of
still
sense.
too much stuff in the air yet
Yeah,
to
yeah.
to properly say what's gonna be, what's not gonna be.
Yeah, it needs to materialize. Yeah, I completely agree. But maybe the web UI could have like, do you want to build just a system extension, or do you want to build a full system? That makes a lot of sense. Or it can be two different systems, even. It does not have to be the same thing. But I can totally see people being interested in figuring out how to easily click and select system extensions, so to speak,
Mhm.
especially with
Yeah.
Hadron, right? Like with all the others, probably people feel more comfortable doing some sort of package installation. But
Yeah.
with Hadron, I guess system extensions is going to be the happy path.
Yeah, it also depends a lot on what type of software, right?
Yeah.
Because, for example, if it's something for a specific machine, let's say it's a factory machine that needs some, I don't know, UI for controlling other machines, you may want to have that directly in the image itself. It's basic, it's essential. But something
Yeah.
like K3s or K0s, it changes so much, it fixes so much things, it gives you so many features when you upgrade that it makes more sense to have it more dynamic
Yeah.
and be able to upgrade that easily apart from the system.
Mhm.
I don't know. It depends a lot on the workflow, I would say, and the target for the
Yeah.
Hadron install.
But we should definitely work on what you were mentioning of separating providers. Now it makes even more sense, I think.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, like, do I want a VPN? Okay, VPN provider. Do I want K3S?
Yeah.
K3S provider.
It
And
also
stuff like
depends a
that.
lot on our future discussion if Kairos is going to provide a key,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
FEI key. If we do that, we can do a extension store easily, right?
That
Because
would
it's
be
signed
pretty
by
cool, I
us.
think.
Yeah. It just puts a lot of burden in us to
Yeah.
securely maintain that key, sign stuff, keep upgrading those CSEX, and so on. So
Mm.
it's a double-edged sword. It's really nice because then you can just download the trusted ISO. You don't even need to build
Mhm.
it yourself, and then just pick whatever extensions you want from our store. But it's a pain for us to
Yeah.
maintain securely, sign everything, keep things up to date all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know. Maybe at some point the community wants to jump in and someone wants to have their own store, right? Like we already have at
Yeah.
least 2 or 3 community members who are doing trusted boot and who provide an entire set of packages for their own community, like a sub community. So
Yeah.
maybe like Hanami did with the deployments for Kubernetes, right? Like something like that. And the nice thing of this is that it's a lot less prone to being hacked, right? Like if everything is signed,
Yeah.
that's
Exactly.
super cool. Nice,
From my
nice.
point of view, it's for the secure side. It's much more nice that every like organization manages their own keys and so on because it's a more reduced surface, right? If they lost the keys, it doesn't affect that many people. If we have the keys and we sign everything and there is I don't know how many installs of it, if something happens to the key, it affects a lot of people.
Indeed,
It's
indeed.
just a mess. And it also fits with our security view, right? It's why will you install the keys from somewhere else in your machine? That's the whole point of the
Yeah.
trusted UKI. Well, unless you manage your own keys, you just have control over your security and whatnot. You don't get the Microsoft certificates, you don't get the Kairos certificates. You don't have to do that. It's
Yeah.
just your own. You control your own machines and your own deployments, and it's just secure in your own world.
Mm. Yeah. The way I see it is we will have two kind of uh, personas, so to speak. One is the one who is already committed and involved in deploying Kairos within their organization. And for them, what you just specified is 100% correct. I think they want to
Yeah,
avoid using anyone else's keys, but there should also
yeah,
be a very easy introductory path, I think, for early adopters, people who are trying to understand immutability and image-based systems and all of that. And for them, I think starting with, oh, first you have to completely change your model of security and this and that, it's already a big ask. I mean, the whole thing of immutability is already a big ask. So the least we ask
yeah,
of them extra, I think the better, but not worth it if it's really a lot of work, of course.
yeah. Well, but that's the thing with high security, right? If you
Yeah.
want high security, you just need to get more involved. It's a trade-off. in there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I mean, we already have some test keys in there that we use for running CI stuff. We could use those, but then it's a 10 years path, because those are out on the open. You are not
Yeah.
getting any security from that, but it's easy for somebody to test that, I
Yeah.
guess. That's how
I
I
think
test
if
my stuff. I just use the test keys all the time,
right.
so it's really easy because they are there. I don't have to create anything. I don't have to do anything. But yeah.
Yeah. No, but I see your point. I think either we commit to having them or we don't even mention that you can do that. And those who understand that can be done, they do it if they want. But otherwise, it can be one of those things that we get burned afterwards for, right? Like, oh, and these guys think that is
Yeah.
security. So, yeah.
So one of the good things is that we probably, as we are all going to Bologna, because we are all going, right?
Nice, nice. I didn't know you were in already, but I guess if you are in, then convincing everyone else that we go, it should be easier.
So we should already prepare something to, exchange keys or something during that time,
Yeah,
because it's the first time we're gonna be all of them, and then we
that's
can
cool.
uh, share those keys personally with an offline
Yeah.
laptop or whatever, and have those ready just in case.
That's so funny that you mentioned that. I was on during Christmas. I was talking to a family member from my girlfriend, and he's also in tech, but completely different environment, right? Like Microsoft, all of that.
Hmm.
And at some point, we went into the security conversation, and I was explaining like this sign up parties, and he was like, "What? People actually do that?" I was like, yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I'm so glad that you mentioned it.
Well, not everybody has the Microsoft way that they can do like very, very secure and offline stuff easily in Redmond, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I just don't, I don't know. You know how people might see this a bit of like, yeah, you guys are a bit crazy. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
indeed. But I mean, if the Cosine guys did it, I read a write up from them, which is where I got the idea of how these things work. And
Mhm.
they explained it that yeah, they got into person before launching the project, and they signed each other keys in person and built them offline and so on. And I thought that was a very good idea. Like
That's a
no
great idea.
exchange, no really anything. So we should probably try to contact them and ask about how they did it, because
Yeah.
I mean they are really good at that kind of secure stuff. So if they
Yeah,
can
that's a good point.
pinpoint us to how to do it, it would be
I will
nice.
check also what the post-market OS guys are doing, because in general, we also want to do a security assessment to some degree, right? I don't know
Yeah.
which other distributions do it officially and who is the entity doing it, because as far as I understood, uh, none of the CNCF projects offer that for an operating system. I mean,
Hmm.
they might open it, they might offer it for our code bases, um, but I don't think that guarantees you, oh yes, the OS is therefore secure because our repos use secure mechanisms to write code or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So we still have to figure that out, and we are going to try to meet them for FOSDEM, so maybe we can start there.
Nice.
We also have a bit of a relationship now with Alpine, so we could also ask there.
Oh yeah.
Um, and yeah, we can take it. Actually, FOSDEM should really be the place where we ask. Almost all main OSs are there.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, that is a very good
FOSDEM.
opportunity indeed.
Security. Okay.
I think there is a
But
couple of cards, right, in
yeah,
the repo for doing those OS assessments. There is like two different providers or something like that, I think.
Yeah, we were thinking of Open SSF, I think it's called, and then the I don't know, the security tag from the
Mhm.
CNCF. But at least I reached to one of them, and he sits on both teams, and he told me he didn't think they could provide that for us. But yeah,
Oh,
we need to dig deeper. Maybe he just wasn't aware of the process.
yeah.
Um, cool, cool. And for FOSDEM also,
We
we're
should.
gonna do the yeah, sir.
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, just saying that we're gonna do the launch of the well,
Oh, yeah.
not launch, but introduce it, I guess, to the uh, FOSDEM and open source community for Hadron. So if you come up with anything that you think we should mention, just let me know. I'm gonna start working on that this week.
So what I was saying is that we should also probably start working towards pushing some PRs against 3D or what's the other name of the other
Ah,
thing?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I forgot. After seeing them for a million times.
yes. Well, to those couple of vulnerability databases to support Hadron in there. I'm not sure
Yeah.
how. I saw a couple of pull requests that added other operating systems more niche, let's say. So it's possible that they accept, but we will probably need to do something to because we don't have a package manager, and they all piggyback into having a package manager, a database that returns
Yeah.
the versions. So we may need to do some work on that so we can also rely on those 3B stuff and vulnerability assessments to know if there are new CVEs for us and whatnot. Because yeah,
Indeed.
we
I
cannot keep
think,
checking new sources or things like that to track those.
yeah, yeah. I think part of what we should be doing is include in the website one tab, or I don't know, one section for releases and
Mhm.
for CVs?
CVEs,
CVs, yeah, CVs. So maybe we should also include that there.
yeah, indeed. But again, we have no tracking, let's say, of of um, CVEs and whatnot. Like we have an auto bumper now that
Mhm.
just bumps the versions, but we don't know if those were due to CVEs or not. We don't know if we are affected. We have no way of tracking those
But
because
it's
neither PV nor GitHub security can track or package versions anywhere.
yeah, 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 yeah. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
Or maybe
But
we
worst
should
case,
just
I guess
store
we
them.
just analyze the every commit, right? And see if there's a reported CVE upstream. That should be enough, right?
Well, I think it's easier to just on the Docker file just store the package name with the version in maybe
Hmm.
an SQLite database or something like that, or even a JSON, and then
Hmm.
analyze that with something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that's cool. Uh, nice, nice, nice. What else do we need? I think we're pretty much covered about
Mm.
that.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, I also released a new version of AuroraBoot
yeah.
uh, because building ARM64 ISOs with Hadron, it seems like it was not picking the proper system deboot version, the ARM version. It
Hmm. Hmm.
was hard coded in the boot x64 uh, thing. So I just
Ah,
fixed
yeah.
that and released the version
Nice.
with Hadron.
That's pretty cool. By the way, I was told by someone that they wanted to make Kairos work on Oracle Linux. And
Oh God.
yeah, yeah. And they did a fork of Yip, and managed
Uh-huh.
to run a proof of concept.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
I
cool.
think if that's a very low bar if you think about it
Yeah.
to already have an immutable system. I don't know. I think it was really cool.
So they only needed the, I guess, the package manager or whatever that Oracle
Yeah,
uses, right? Which I
exactly.
have
They
no idea what it is.
no clue, but I don't even know if they needed to teach it the package manager. Maybe that's already there, but just to have the, if Oracle
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the OS release, that's basically, I think, if I understood correctly, that's basically the fork they did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
And
tell them
also,
to push that as a pull request. It's always
yeah,
welcome.
that's the hard part always, huh? Yeah. And the other interesting part is they were running on RKE2. So yeah, I wonder if we should consider also more providers, and also why I mentioned what you said before about having the providers more separate instead of having this Kairos provider do everything together in one place.
Yeah. Well, isn't there an RKA2 provider by Spectrum? I think
Yeah,
there
yeah.
is.
I think there is, but um, yeah, I'm not sure how maintained it is. That's always the problem with those.
Mhm. There is also the issue, I think, now uh, that do we ship any other providers than the Kairos provider?
We
I
don't.
don't think
All of the
so, right?
others are community, and we've discussed that we would like to separate even the repos, but we haven't. I think we should
Yeah.
totally have a, I don't know, Kairos Labs or Kairos community, just like something that obviously says community, like we do with the bundles.
Yeah. I was thinking about Kairos Init because we do bundle the provider for K0S, K3S. I'm not
Hmm.
sure if there is any way of, you know, using other external providers.
For Kairos Init, I don't think so, but
Well, then it's useless for any other provider to this bad. I just never thought about that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That's a
maybe
very
we
good point,
should
actually. Ah, yeah,
try
and
to
and we discussed about
make it work.
having because you introduced some install stages, right? In the
Yeah. The providers now do the install part of their software.
That's really cool, and but we need to translate it to the other providers, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be cool to do, actually. Okay. Anyway, but that's that's probably a bit on a lower priority than all the other stuff we discussed.
But
Nice.
maybe, because if like Spectro, which is one of the most Kairos consumers, if they are using other providers and they cannot, we want them to upgrade to Init as soon as possible, to
Yeah.
make our life easier. And if they can't because they cannot bundle extra providers in there that are not in our generic list, that is bad
Yeah.
for us.
That's a good point. But it might mean we have to go and help upgrade their providers
Yeah.
with these changes, like the install stages and stuff like that. I don't know. Yeah.
But maybe so even in older init versions, the one that don't make the providers install stuff, we don't have support for other providers other than the Kairos provider. So we should start thinking about that because
Yeah.
it's not nice. It prevents people from jumping into Kairos init easily.
Yeah,
And I don't
absolutely.
want to keep doing like I had to do last week, re-release of something that was released 1 year ago.
Oh my
To an
God.
OS
Yeah, yeah.
builder patch release from last year. That's not nice.
No, no,
Want
absolutely.
people to be on the latest and greatest.
Yeah, plus at the same time, it's just risk for them, right? Like the older stuff, we don't. track if it's really working or not.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's exactly what they happened. So we fixed a year ago an issue with USB versus live CD on group FEI,
Mhm.
and we backported that to a specific version that they were using. Once they bumped that version, because they didn't bump to,
Oh no.
you know, yeah, to AuroraBoot, they just beamed to an older OS Builder version that has
I
the same issue.
see.
We never backport into that because it was at the time when we moved from Enki to AuroraBoot and merged everything and so on. So that got lost in there.
That's a very
So
good
we don't
point.
have
Like, what does backporting mean? Backporting means to just a specific version, but not everything after that, right? That's problematic.
that. Yeah, especially when because this was a very specific case that
Yeah.
never happened before because it's also related to the firmware. I think how it mounts the API stuff.
Hmm.
It mounts it differently depending on if it comes from USB or if it comes from live CD, which is weird. And it doesn't happen everywhere. Otherwise, we will have seen it a lot of times. It's just a very specific firmware on some machines that do that. And
All
at
right.
that point, we were just moving from Enki, and we have two different older versions of OS builders, and we
Hmm.
backported it to the oldest one and to
Ah,
the
yeah.
main branch, but we never backported to the middle one because we weren't expecting anybody to jump into that. So it's a very specific case of a really random corner case with a very, let's say, bad choice of versions, unfortunately.
Yeah, that is tricky when people are not close enough to the latest version, we could say.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
it's
now
also
nowadays is a
something
bit of a
that,
standard, right? Like you're expected to be on the latest. Yeah. Anyway.
yeah, it's something that I don't think we do very well. Like we expect everybody to move much faster and much closer to our latest versions,
Yeah.
and that's not
Also, the
possible in
docs
a lot
don't
of
have
cases.
it, right? Like when we backport something, we don't go to the docs and say, "Oh, by the way, this was backported into this doc." Yeah,
No, no.
there's definitely.
We
Mm,
usually just leave that on the release part
yeah,
of GitHub, but that maybe is not the best place also to put it in there.
yeah, indeed, indeed. Okay, okay, but I guess yeah, I'll try to document everything that we discussed or put issues, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. From my side, it's just gonna be focusing on presentations. We have at the end of the month FOSDEM, so that's Hadron. We have a configuration management camp that's with Aurea Imaging, the NVIDIA changes that we did together with them, and
Mhm.
also the workshop that we're doing with Dimitris. So um, one big question right now would be if we want to use Hadron as part of the workshop. I think that would be cool, but maybe
Yeah.
it's also a bit challenging um, because not everything is yet defined as we were discussing. I
Mhm.
don't know. So, but he comes on Wednesday, and we probably will jump in and start making decisions there. Um, and
Uh,
yeah,
what about the what was it called? That conference in Netherlands? Do we know something? The one that I'm
uh,
co-presenter with you?
we haven't gotten a reply yet. That's
Oh,
for
so
the
it's
Edge Day for KubeCon.
yeah.
So I think they are a bit they are always a little bit late to announce, which really ruins planning because Now I don't know if I should book the entire week or just the days that I've been that I have committed, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
William, it's in, but it's on the planning call, but probably, oh god, did we update? He's on the wrong one, I guess.
Oi. Ah, oh no.
I think that's the proper that's the proper link.
Yeah, I think so.
So let's then, instead of closing it already, let's wait a bit.
Yeah.
No, maybe in case William gets in. I mean,
Mhm.
not much of a planning, so he
Yeah.
just missed the updates, I guess.
Yeah. Happy
Well,
New
this is being
Year.
recorded, right? So he
Yeah.
can catch with it later.
Yeah,
Okay,
indeed.
that's good.
That's the nice thing that it's now all automated. So yeah, we should we should just share it once it's finished. Actually, I'll do that. Share to the everyone and make those videos public. Share vids.
So do they get uploaded to YouTube?
Yeah, but they are on what unlisted. So you will need to know
Ah,
the URL to jump into them, but I think we could just keep them fully open. I don't know.
okay. Don't fully open the one from last week because it was just me there saying I will wait 15 minutes in case somebody gets in, and that's it.
I can remove it. I can remove it. That makes sense. That's exactly what I did in the first minute of this one. Uh, remove last week video. Nice. Okay. Let's see if William comes in.
Oh,
Um,
the meeting is private.
is it? Ah, yeah, you have to be part of the, but he should be able to sign up if he has an account there, I think. What is this called? Uh, um,
We can't make that public. Pretty bad.
wait a second. You know, you just have to have uh,
LFX
uh
account,
I think so or
or little.
not. Uh, so
I
we
can
have,
see
you can
five
go to the
participants.
calendar, and from the calendar you can see the link.
Oh, actually, I because I could not log in, I just say enter with my email.
Ah, yeah, nice. So it is possible. And I am looking at the
Oh,
calendar, and it is possible to see it without an account.
but he's getting an error.
Ah, how do I? Let me check. And we're recording our debugging process. Um,
Maybe it needs the direct link, or it's just the same link.
uh,
Oh, it comes with a password. Hmm.
um,
So on the agenda, it comes with the planning comes
but
with a
it's
password in there in the URL, and if you join via the agenda, oh, it also comes with a password. What the hell?
it says 5 people, so I wonder if he
Yeah,
has an invite. Uh, um, Now I completely forgot what's the link for that. The effects. I don't remember. Maybe I have it in my other. Oh God. I should. I was talking about this with someone else. Let's see in the community. I think it was Rian. Yes.
I don't like that. It should be open, right, to everyone
Yeah,
by default.
yeah. It should be fully open, but let's figure out how. Open profile.
I mean, I can understand that maybe the invitation for the calendar is just for some people, so it shows its calendar, but why would it be closed?
Yeah.
Private.
Meetings. Calendar.
So how did I get in from my phone?
Yeah, I don't know.
See, it says Ichaka. It doesn't even say, in yours says Mauro Morales Spectro Cloud Inc., so it's linked to your account. They just use not even my work email. I use my own email, my Gmail one.
I think I also have my own email, but I think I have the two emails set on this.
I think I removed mine because I was getting a spam.
Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Wait a second. I am trying to figure this out, but it's not. Yeah. I have to go to Project Control Center.
By the way, you're gonna be fine with the NVIDIA GPU cards doubling in price and getting to 5K for a 590. I just can get Hadron down from 47 megabytes without changing too much. That's my limit.
Nice, nice, nice. I'm so relieved.
I mean, I can still just use BusyBox for everything and drop stuff, but that just changes too much. So you're safe for now.
Nice, nice. But it was only for last year, huh? This year doesn't count.
Oh, come on.
We have to put some other safe what is it? Safe mechanism. Wait, I'm gonna ask him his email, and then it's your Linux Foundation email, so I can invite you, and then offline I debug the making it public. Yeah, okay. I guess that's pretty much it, right? Like, yeah, he was trying to access it, so I have to make the meeting public and make sure that William has his email added here. Oh yeah, he sent it. So let me just invite him. Edit, manage meeting. I guess no results for this person. Oh my God. That's the complicated part with this reso company legality, but I'm not gonna put anything. He can put it later. And add meeting participant. Okay, added you. Can we check if you can log in? Okay, cool. Then, but how do we make it public? I will have to figure out because it's not particularly obvious, this platform.
So while we wait for William to join in,
Yeah, I mean,
I I
Mhm.
got a pull request for you. Well,
Nice.
apart from the ARM64 one, I have an extra one to optimize the build, which does a lot
Yeah.
of um, tingling and tackling with a lot of things in there, like adding LTO flags, using the GCC wrappers for IR, NM, and RLib and things like that. So they use the FLTO flags. Disable weak ciphers on OpenSSL. It's really about size and making sure that everything is built kind of the same.
hmm Fancy. How
Uh,
did you find all these things, man? That's crazy.
I just read the source of everything.
Nice. That's pretty cool, I have to say. Yeah, I was seeing,
Yeah,
I reviewed a couple on Friday, and I was like, this is so cool. Like the proper parallelism to building and all of that. That's really nice.
yeah. Some of this
Okay.
stuff is just generic, like the
hmm
disable NLS, which disables translations and translation files or everything. That's just very generic, and it's almost everywhere.
hmm
And there is also some stuff like I was not sure why LVM was producing a 4 MB binary, which is huge. And so because we in the C flags we put optimization S, which is size, and it
hmm
optimizes for size. And it seems when once I went into the source code of LVM2 and the configure scripts and so on, they just ignore the C flags.
Ah,
So you have to pass a specific for the configure, and that's with optimizations equals OS, which is just absurd. But yeah, I just check one by
nice.
one, and when I see weird things like things very big or uh, creating extra binaries that I don't see,
Ah, yeah.
where are they coming from and so on. Yeah.
No, that's really, really cool, to be honest. I don't know. It's a bit
Yes.
lower level than I'm used to.
Well,
Hello. Oh,
I
there is
have
William.
weeks. Hey, William.
Hey guys, Happy New Year. Yeah, it's working
Happy New
now.
Year.
It's
Sorry
working
about
now.
that. It's my bad. I didn't make it public when this should have been fully public.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose you guys are done now.
Yeah, pretty much. But we were just catching up on what Ichaka did on Hadron. So basically, he's working on having ARM support because up until now it's just
Ooh.
x86. Yeah, which is really really cool. And also optimizations, making it faster. And what was the other thing, Ichaka? I forgot now.
FIPS.
FIPS. Yeah.
FIPS-enabled versions. Yeah.
Whoa, badass.
Yeah,
I mean,
that should be pretty cool.
I've been working alone for 2 weeks almost, so I have
Yeah,
plenty
yeah.
of time.
Yeah, that
No,
makes
I
sense.
nice, nice. From the Capi side, I honestly didn't do anything, guys. Vacation, and
No
now
worries.
my mom is in the hospital
Oi,
with a heavy
Oh,
pneumonia. So yeah,
oi.
so it has been a little bit. I'm in Rome now.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna stay here until she gets out of the hospital. So, but I'll be working regularly. So
Okay. Good
yeah,
luck with that. Sorry to hear.
yeah.
yeah.
Just so you know, we might have a team building event on Bologna for Cube Cloud Native Days Italy, we might be able to put all the team together for that day. In case you're also joining, I don't know if you were
I
planning to
am.
go.
I am.
Okay,
I'm already booked. I'm already booked.
Oh,
Yeah.
so then it means we might actually
nice.
have the first full team building event. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that should
Nice.
be cool. What else can we update you? Oh yeah. So FOSDEM and configuration management camp are coming. We're going to be present on both. FOSDEM, we're gonna announce Hadron and try to invite a more broad community. So not just CNCF, but really other people in the open source community. We'll see how that is taken. We think we were talking with Ettore and we feel this might have a bit of strong opinions, right? But whether it is good or bad, we want it. So
Of course. Of course.
yeah. So we'll see about that. Then for configuration management camp, we have one presentation together with Aurea Imaging about how they got the functionality for NVIDIA with Kairos. And we also have workshop that we still need to define if we do with Hadron or with some other flavor. So I don't know if you were planning to come to any of the two events, but if you are, just so you know.
I'll be at FOSDEM. I will. I am not planned to be. I've not planned to be a config management, but
Makes sense.
I'll
Yeah,
be at FOSDEM.
that's cool. That's cool. We were also talking about security aspects. So now we need a easy way to track CVEs for Hadron and for people to, I don't know, just subscribe to something like Trist or any of these security SaaS applications, whatever, that can give them reports, right? I think that's pretty much it. And of course, you can rewatch the video if you want any details of what we were discussing, but I think that really summarizes everything we were looking into.
Okay. Cool.
Well, everything Ichaka was working into because I was on holidays.
By the
Yeah.
way, now that you mentioned opinionated stuff, just to let you know, guys, that we moved to System D 259, which builds out of the box with musl, no patches at all. They did a great work in
Nice.
there.
That's super
It just
cool.
needs a small patch to musl that the post market OS guys did, and I ported to our musl build, and that's it. It just builds out of the box, which is really nice because we were having a lot of patches from Open Embedded, and we are now dropped those. So that's really good.
That's
It's a
very
clean,
cool.
Nice.
yeah. And we can also build at the same time the stab and system deboot, which was nice. We had to do some weird shenanigans before to build it separately because it didn't build under musl properly and so on. So now it's a clean build, which is really nice.
Nice.
And I got a hold of one of the team members in Post Market OS. So if you're going to be there in FOSDEM, William, let's reach out and because we might sit down with them and have a discussion to see if we can in any way collaborate. Obviously, each team will have their different priorities and all of that. But if there's anything we can collaborate, that would be also
Sure.
nice. Yeah, and Ichaka has managed to make the Hadron image, what, 47 megabytes?
47 megabytes. I cannot get it any lower.
Nice.
We had a race that I said if he can make it to 42, we would get him a GTX card. And thankfully, he didn't manage because they are very expensive.
Yeah. You should just offer some beverages.
Yeah.
Consolation prize.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can do that in Bologna if everyone is going to be there. Okay. Don't want to take more time from anyone. So let's just stay updated in the channel, I guess. If anyone needs anything, just reach out. And I think the rest of the team is back on Wednesday. So you should be able to reach out to Dimitris if you want, William,
Sure.
around Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the hospital to my mom's at lunchtime, and then after that I will be continuing working on Capi. So because when I speak with Dimitris, I want to have the stuff that I did. I want to have it pushed forward, so that I saw that he was trying to do some stuff with the KubeVirt. So I think I can get a working infrastructure provider for KubeVirt before I speak with him. So that would be
Nice.
a good
That would be
place.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I just need that.
If I remember correctly, the last thing he said, he was able to deploy everything with KubeVirt, but he was not able to modify the CMD line or something like that, and reach out to Ettore, because Ettore has tried before with KubeVirt. He wanted to, I think, output everything into the console so he could see the booting stuff because something was blocking or something like that. But he was kind of able to make it run. That's the last thing I knew.
The provider that I put together.
I think so.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, because
I think so. Yeah.
At the moment, I can create. So I can create virtual machines with Kairos. The problem that I had is indeed the data source, passing the data source, as you remember. Then I stopped because of all this vacation and that stuff. But if he did that the same with KubeVirt, then basically it brought the infrastructure provider at the same place. That's awesome. That's awesome. That means that we can come out as soon as the data source is stabilized. We can come out with the KubeVirt infrastructure provider, VMware infrastructure provider, and the Docker infrastructure provider that is always needed for testing. Nice. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna catch up a bit with the Slack messages and see what's been done. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. If you don't see something there, we're still getting used to moving all the conversation in the public one. If you don't see something there, just reach out. Maybe we can look for it in the private one. Yeah.
Sure. No problem. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys. Have a nice day.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, folks.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.
Bye.